Hello Internet! So today I'm gonna be doing Nerimon's YouTube survey 2012, and I was tagged by lovely Renee or Almost2 here on YouTube, and I finally learned how to pronounce her name, so yay for that. But anyway, I'm gonna answer some questions now and I hope you guys enjoy it. Number 1. Why are you called that? I'm pretty sure that refers to both your real name and your YouTube name. So my name is Teresa and my second name is Maria. Not really sure why I'm called Teresa. I don't really think that there was a contender for that name. I'm pretty sure my parents were sure, like from the start, that was gonna be called Teresa, and I'm also pretty sure that they agreed on it. Yeah. And Maria because we are pretty religious, so yeah, that's that. So as for my YouTube name, as you know, that's Ivy Muse. It says somewhere up there and down there as well, I think. I don't really remember exactly how I came up with that name. I think I wanted something to do with muses. If you don't know, the 9 muses of like are part of Greek mythology. They are the muses of art and science, and they are like basically goddesses of inspiration. And I used to be able to name them at one point, but I forgot them all except for one, Talia. I know her because there's a bookstore in my town that's called that. So yeah, but I wanted something to do with a muse, and at first I thought I would name it something like I would use the actual name of a muse, but I didn't like any of them. So I just took the muse part, and I don't really know how the Ivy came to be. With my username, I just wanted to come up with something that was a word, like a made up word, and not just something random and then some numbers added to it. I've always just, I don't know, I just didn't want that. And I actually started using that username for everything, really. Like all my accounts on like writing sites and fan fiction sites are all Ivy Muse. My League of Legends account is called Ivy Muse. I have everything Ivy Muse. Since I created that name, I just name everything Ivy Muse. It makes it so much easier. And I just wanted somehow to create a word that would be easily associated with me, and that was something unique, and that's it. Number 2, tell us about your favorite school teacher. I actually had 2 favorite school teachers. The first one was in primary school. I had her all 4 years, and she was amazing. My mom always used to say that she was the perfect teacher for me because I used to be like, as a kid I used to have a lot of imagination. I used to draw a lot. I was terrible at it and I still am, but I used to still do it. And I loved to read and write, and I generally loved arts and music and dancing and singing and stuff like that. So, and you could also say that I liked acting, even though I didn't really act, but it just was very a dramatic person even back then. And she sort of encouraged all those things in me, and she was very like she used to, for example, we used to take a class and just dance around the room to music. So we used to do that actually a lot, like just put on music and dance in the classroom. And it was a girls' school, so there were no boys. They would probably have objected to that, but yeah, in retrospect it was probably a mistake that I went to a girls' school, but it was not really my decision to make. The school was amazing, it's just boys would have been kind of nice. Anyway, the second teacher I really liked was my yearhead, oh not my yearhead, my class, the head of my class throughout the first 4 years of gymnasium. That's basically, if you want general education, that's the highest school you can go to, like the best school. And she was amazing. She taught me English and Spanish, and unfortunately when I was 16 she had to leave school because she had a baby. But still, we were mad at her, just a teensy bit, but still, because the teachers after her were terrible. I always say that they made my English worse than better. But yeah, anyway, she was amazing. She was really, really sweet. Everybody loved her. She was very lovely, and we always had a very close relationship with her because she basically was there. Like, she watched us growing up. I had her for 6 years in school, and I was a baby when I came to school, and I was 16 when she left. So you know, she saw me grow up basically, and lots of people in my class had a very close relationship with her. She was really, really sweet and very, very smart. She was a great teacher. Really everybody loved her. Amazing person. We still are in contact with her. Actually just visited her a couple weeks ago, me and some friends, and her little boy is just so adorable. Oh my god, the cutest thing you can imagine. What's the strangest food you've ever eaten? Growing up, I was very, very, very picky when it came to what I would eat. I think for literally forever, for like 15 years of my life, I was super picky. There were literally like 5 or 6 meals that my mom was able to cook without me objecting to them. Because there were some things, like if I didn't know them, I wouldn't eat them. And for some reason, my stay in Ireland sort of changed that. The food there was terrible. I mean, really, Irish people, I love Irish people, I do, but they have the worst eating habits. They eat basically, like, I've met so many people that just lived on junk food, basically. Ugh, terrible. So it kind of got me in the mood to eat better things and different things for some reason. So what I'm trying to say with this is that I don't really have a lot of, like, a wide variety of foods to choose from when it comes to weird things, because I just never tried them. I do love Asian food, but it doesn't really count as weird anymore. Nowadays everybody eats Asian food. So I think I would have to say shark. In 2008, me and my family went to Crete in Greece on holiday, and we had shark, which was delicious. Oh my god, it's so good, really. It's amazing. I didn't even know it was shark until afterwards, because I'm pretty sure that I would not have eaten it if I'd known beforehand. But it was really, really good, and you should definitely try it if you can. Tell us about your first gig. I've never been much of a concert person. I just don't see the thrill of it, really. I know lots of people like to listen to their favorite musicians live, but let's face it, most of them just really don't sound as good as they do on CD. And also, I don't really like the whole being mashed to what pieces part. But the first gig I went to was for Starmania. You know how there's like these casting shows where they look for good singers and stuff? So we have one in Austria as well. We used to have it. It was called Starmania. It's not on anymore. And I used to be a massive fan, and they used to tour Austria, and the first gig I went to was the concert of the people who competed there. I think I might have been 14, maybe 15, probably 14. I have a terrible memory. But it was really fun, actually. And I got an autograph from one of my favorite singers from that group, so that was cool. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. And actually I'm going to extend this a tiny bit like Renee did and include the first performance I gave, which was in 4th year of primary school when I was 10 years old. At the end of the year we did a theatre production. It was again thanks to my awesome teacher. And we did The Little Ghost, which I'm gonna have to look up how it is called. Like, I think Gespenst, das kleine Gespenst. Let's Google this! It's called The Little Ghost by Ottfried Preußler, who is a German author. And it's about a ghost, and she like can only go out at, I think it's a she. Maybe it's a he, I don't know. Ghosts, what? Ghosts apparently don't have gender, but she or he or it, let's say it, that's neutral. It wanted to go out in daylight and it couldn't, and then when it finally was able to go outside in daylight, it turned black, and it had a best friend who was an owl, and it used to help him. It used to help it. So many it's in this, it's confusing. But anyway, that's sort of the story, and it was a musical. We made it into a musical number. My teacher wrote the songs herself because she was very musical in general, and I got to play the owl, which was like one of the 3 major roles. Like, they were the black ghost, the white ghost, and then the owl, and I was the owl. You know how some superheroes have like masks around their eyes? It was something like that, and there were like feathers on it, and it had a feathery costume. It was so much fun, and I got to have solo and danced and with microphones, and it was amazing. I even have recording of that, and watching it now, it's terrible. I feel like I just want to die. But it was so much fun. It was so much fun, and it really got me into acting and how I really enjoyed it immensely. What is your favorite place in the world? That is so difficult to say because I want to go everywhere and have seen so few places because my parents only used to take us like 2 places in Austria on holiday. So, what's my favorite place? Like, does it have to be a place I've already been? Because I would have to say Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan. I'm like, do you even pronounce that Japan? I'm just gonna say Japan, and if it's wrong, you have to deal with it. I want to go to Japan. I want to learn Japanese. I love Japan. I'm not even sure why. I just always wanted to go there, and I love Asian people. When I was younger, I wanted to be Asian. I was like, can I please be Asian when I grow up? And like, unfortunately, it never happened. But it's kind of cool. I love Asians. They're all so beautiful. Calories are not a thing that exists in Asia, I believe, because there's like literally next to 0 fat people in Asia. I want to be Asian. And I want to be in Japan. So Japan, or whatever it's called, is probably my favorite place in the world. And the last question is, who do you want to make the answer? Who do you want to answer the survey next? And because I cannot pronounce YouTube names and my memory is terrible, I'm gonna link those people down below or somewhere here. I don't know. I'm gonna think of a way to link them somewhere. So yeah, that's it for the YouTube survey, my very first one. And I'm going to talk to you guys very soon. Bye! So today I'm gonna be doing YouTube surveys. Nerimon? No, wait, what? Japan, Japanese, Japan, 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 Japan. No, I think it's Japan.